Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Game of the Week. It's the first basketball game of the season, the battle for Southfield. The keys to your game tonight: Southfield Christian wants to start off strong, create turnovers, and work on that transition defense. Southfield A&T needs to box out, keep the ball moving, and stay locked in on defense to try and slow down Southfield Christian. Key players to watch for tonight for Southfield A&T: number 5, Cameron McEvans. And number 1, his backcourt partner, Terrell Humes. A couple of hard workers and good ball handlers for the Warriors. Southfield Christian is led by number 1, Harlan Beverly. And their big returning junior, number 21, Bryce Washington. Lots of talent on the court in Southfield tonight. We'll be right back.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, the opening tip of the 2017-18 season. And this, the battle for the city of Southfield. Southfield Christian Eagles visiting the Warriors of Southfield A&T. Christian handles the opening tap, goes right to the corner for a three-pointer by number 3, Dejan Humphrey.
Excited to be back here on Cable 15 and excited to watch players like Dejan Humphrey and the rest of these guards for Southfield Christian facing off against crosstown rival A&T tonight. Quick turnover there.
Southfield Christian going right to the full court press. Warriors turn it over.
That is a staple of the Southfield Christian defense that the Warriors will have to find some way to get by tonight.
Slicing gyro drive by Humphrey, no good. A&T pushes it up in a hurry. Southfield Christian man-to-man. Jumper is good by number 23, Devin Baldwin.
Baldwin, one of those new players on the roster, one of many new faces that we'll see tonight in a white uniform for Southfield A&T.
Triple try for Southfield Christian long. Warriors on the board. They set up for their half-court offense. Terrell Humes handles for the Warriors. Now in the hands of Andre Floyd, number 13.
It'll be interesting to see who does what for this Southfield A&T offense this year. Just such a retooled and reloaded program. Who will take what role and how will it all work?
Mike Avery has called this a rebuilding season. He lost a lot of seniors last year. Terrell Humes on the drive, draws a foul. Pressure from Southfield Christian. A&T recovers.
Caleb Hunter on the pressure there, just showing the athleticism that they have to defend full court like that, be willing to defend full court in that type of nature.
Shake and bake from Cameron McEvans, works it down low. Shots no good. Here comes Christian. Drive, offensive foul called. Number 23, Devin Baldwin, taking the charge.
And it'll be key to defend well in transition tonight for the Warriors. Baldwin getting back and taking the charge there. If they can do more of that, it'll certainly help in effort. Most people, it would be an upset if the Warriors can pull off this win tonight, and it'll be plays like that that they'll need all night long.
Aggressive full court D. A&T breaks it. Three-pointer is off the mark. Rebounded by number 15, Elijah Hicks. Early substitution for Southfield Christian. Long triple on top, no good. Southfield Christian on the offensive glass.
You have to be able to pull down that rebound if you're A&T. Bryce Washington just gliding and flying on in through the lane, passing through both of the big men.
Downtown attempt, no good for Caleb Hunter. A&T on the board. Once again pressured, out of bounds. Goes to Southfield Christian.
That is the suffocating full court pressure that we're sure to see for the rest of this night. They will go with that pressure for the whole game. Don't be surprised if it continues.
Southfield A&T in a zone defense. Three-pointers good for number 21, Bryce Washington.
That's how you go right at the zone. You hit the shots from outside. If they don't want you to get inside, you just hit it from outside.
Jumper from Humes is good. Terrell Humes with the answer. Referee said his toe was on the line. That's a two-pointer for Humes.
A&T back in the zone. They go to Beverly.
Warriors in a 1-2-2 zone. Beverly on the drive. He's fouled by Devin Baldwin. He'll go to the line shooting two.
Beverly, the 6'4" junior combo guard, just represents the depth that this Eagle team has at the guard position. Rated number 2 in Oakland County by the Oakland County Press, and just offers from Michigan State, Ohio State, Arizona State, Xavier, Missouri, Baylor, among others, all his prominent programs. They've offered him for a reason, and we're excited to see him play tonight and for the rest of this season here on Cable 15.
Indeed, Harlan Beverly. Only one player rated higher than him, and that's Foster Lawyer out of Clarkston. Also headed to Michigan State. Humes tried to thread that one to Andre Floyd. That's another turnover for the Warriors.
It'll be interesting to watch Humes tonight. Can he stay mentally aware and balanced? The type of role will he try to, how will he approach his new role on this team in the starting spot now, and most likely will have to score along with Cameron McEvans, among others.
Short jumper. Harlan Beverly draws another foul. He'll be back at the line shooting two.
I mentioned Humes for the Warriors last year. It was obviously guys like Michael Flowers in that position and Remy Torbert who handled the brunt of the scoring, and those are the guys that really sparked the offense last year. How can they follow that up and reload this year?
Mike Avery's got some talent on that bench. They're just young and untried. He'll be working all sorts of different combinations early in the season, looking for the one that's going to click. Good shot of Brandon Baldwin checking out for the Warriors. Southfield Christian stays with that full court pressure. Warriors working hard. Christian comes up with a turnover. Left-handed scoop won't go for Hunter. And Hunter gets called for the reach, trying to make up for that missed layup.
And when facing that pressure, keeping your eyes up and the ball protected is absolutely imperative. That time, the pass just went cross court and a little bit errant and into traffic there, and Southfield Christian showing why, and they'll bring it right back on here as McEvans handles.
Humes went for the bounce pass, kicked out of bounds by Beverly. Warriors ball. We're midway through the first quarter. Southfield Christian currently has the Warriors doubled up 8-4. First game of the season for both our teams this evening.
Southfield Christian went 21-6 a year ago, and on the A&T side, 11-10.
Long. Hunter comes up with a steal. Feed to Beverly for the flush. Timeout in the action called by Southfield A&T. Southfield Christian out to the early 10-4 lead here in the first quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now watch Cable 15 anywhere you have internet access. Just go to the City of Southfield's website click on Cable 15 and hit the Cable 15 Live tab. Watch Cable 15 Live on your mobile device, tablet, or computer. Cable 15 anywhere you want it. Game of the week, it's all there. Coach Mike Avery trying to slow down the onslaught from Southfield Christian.
Under 4 to play. Definitely a crucial time here in the first quarter. Eagles off to just a 6-point lead, but you don't want this to get any larger if you're on the Warriors side.
Coach Avery wants to stop the bleeding, give his chance the team to chip into that lead. Full court pressure still. NT gets it across. Beautiful pass underneath. Shot no good by Andre Floyd. Good look by Terrell Humes. Triple try is good for number 21, Bryce Washington.
The Warriors unable to finish at one end and then right back out at the other end. The Eagles, they hit you just like that, and now it's a 9-point lead.
Cameron McEvans with the answer. Off the mark, gets his own rebound. Coach always tells you, follow your shot. Another triple try for the Warriors, won't go.
McEvans, such a lethal three-point shooter, but a miss there, and there's another run out.
Woo! All the way, number 21, Bryce Washington. Southfield Christian keeping the pressure hard. Turnaround jumper, no good for Devin Baldwin. Rebounded by Southfield Christian. Caleb Hunter's drive won't go. Put back by Beverly, no good.
A&T was able to get away with a miss there, but you have to get back. Caleb Hunter just out in front of three
Cameron
A&T
McEvans
defenders.
for three won't go. In the game now, number 10, Jonathan Sanders. He'll slow it down. Bryce Washington pulls the trigger from downtown. Three more for Southfield Christian.
More the depth at the guard position there. The junior John Sanders, a nifty behind the back dribble. And then off the carom, it's the three-pointer put up again, and this Eagle lead continues to grow with 1:51 remaining in the first quarter.
Another timeout taken. And you can see all the games of the week and other sports action on our YouTube channel. Just look up Southfield Multimedia Services. You can catch episodes of Cable 15 News, Business Matters, The Author's Den, and of course the Game of the Week. It's all there on YouTube at Southfield Multimedia Services. Mike Avery called timeout, and coming out of the timeout, Southfield Christian just had another 8 points. Warriors try another reset. We've got 1:51 left in the first quarter. Relentless pressure from Southfield Christian, giving the Warriors all sorts of trouble. Ball tipped out of bounds by Elijah Hicks. Southfield Christian Eagles so active, so aggressive on D. Not giving the Warriors any open passing lanes. Cameron McEvans nearly lost it, regained control. Terrell Humes for the Warriors, kicks it to McEvans in the corner. Triple try won't go.
You mentioned it, Matt, just the passing lanes, the driving lanes, they're all sealed off. That's one thing you certainly notice in the early goings here. Only 4 points in the first quarter, and it's been a tough ride thus far for the Warriors.
They have gotten some open looks. They haven't been able to finish it off. A&T looking to warm it up here on their home floor. Terrell Humes drives. Triple try off the mark yet again. Number 14, it's Chris Gary for A&T now in the game.
You're obviously told never to force up a shot, but there again, it's just you feel like you have to almost against this Southfield Christian defense.
3 points for number 10, Jonathan Sanders. And another takeaway by Southfield Christian. Drops it off to Bryce Washington, no good. Looks like number 1, Terrell Humes picks up the foul, but he did stop the layup.
A&T appears to be a little bit rattled. The turnover there just kind of, it was Joey Whitted just dribbling it off the leg of the defender and appeared to be a little too over-anxious to cross the half-court line, and that's what happens when you're facing a full-court pressure that plays at a high level like Southfield Christian.
Pressure defense is definitely having a huge impact on the Warriors here early on. There's Washington, good with both from the line. And he breaks the press. Dribble drive, good for number 11, Joey Whitted. Coach Josh Baker upset that Warriors got a single shot off, apparently. He calls a timeout, 22 seconds to go. Eagles way out on top. Ladies and gentlemen, Cable 15 Sports covers all of your sports action in football, basketball, swimming, volleyball, baseball, and wrestling. And coming soon, watch for our new show, Follow the Season. It's a behind-the-scenes look at one of your favorite local teams. You'll get to know the players, the coaches, and their strategies as they reach for glory. Watch for the new show, Follow the Season. Nice drive by Joey Whitted for the Warriors, one of the handful of good looks that they've had.
Now on the defensive side of the ball for the Warriors, winding down the final 15 seconds here. You just try to get out of this quarter not as unscathed as you already are.
Southfield A&T goes man-to-man for the final shot here in the first quarter. And Beverly with the scoop, no good. Good D for the Warriors on that last possession. But all sorts of offense from Southfield Christian paired with their suffocating full-court pressure. Scoring from the backcourt, the front court. Southfield A&T working hard, but right now Southfield Christian taking it to them in the first quarter. We'll be right back with more of your Game of the Week.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org.
Welcome back. Second quarter action here in the battle for Southfield. First quarter controlled by Southfield Christian. Southfield A&T, young squad. A lot of players seeing their first varsity action. And they're getting thrown right into the fire against a very talented Southfield Christian team.
Kind of learning on the fly. It'll be interesting to see how they can do that moving forward. You see Baldwin driving there and doing a nice job of drawing the foul.
Devin Baldwin taking it hard to the hole. He's fouled by number 10, Jonathan Sanders. Correction, that's number 20, Jacob Fergan. Shot no good for the Warriors. Bryce Washington boards it, brings it up. And Beverly spinning, nearly lost it, recovers. Cross court, three-pointer, no good. Almost tipped away by Fergan. A&T controls it. Terrell Humes drives, shoots, no good. Dejan Humphrey sends it to Beverly, no good. Right there for the board, Bryce Washington.
And despite Southfield Christian scoring there, on the previous possession, we saw A&T do a nice job of getting it up the court. There they go again. They're able to push the ball up the court, and if they can do that, pick up the pace, they might be able to do a better job of getting by this pressure as opposed to having to go so slow.
Left-handed drive by Cameron McEvans. Taking it up against the big man and puts it in the hole. Jacob Fergan picks up the foul. McEvans looking for the old-fashioned three-point play.
And in order to be able to push that pace, the Warriors will have to get stops, most likely at the other end. They were able to do it there after being scored on. But if you can get stops, get long rebounds, and push out the other way, that's how you can get out in transition and score those quick buckets.
Another triple try for Southfield Christian, boarded by Terrell Humes. He'll push it. McEvans again, pulls up. Tipped away, got it back. Humes underneath. Great look. Joey Whitted went up. Shot was blocked, but he picks up the foul. There's definitely contact with the body.
Nice job of going straight up into the arm of Bryce Washington.
Terrell Humes has had a couple of nice looks. Didn't get the assist, but good court vision. Whitted makes the first. And the second. Southfield Christian slowing the pace for a minute. Bryce Washington down low, double clutch makes it.
Beverly to Washington won't be the last time we hear that.
Bryce Washington steals a pass, drives it left side, scoops it, won't go. Good position by Devin Baldwin on the rebound.
Here's the transition game. Got to find a way to keep that going.
Humes in the corner, won't go. Bryce Washington with the long board, drives. Hands it off with a short jumper, won't go. Baldwin picks up another board for A&T. Drive left side is good. Terrell Humes.
Once again, the pace picking up, and that just seems to help the Warrior offense flow a little bit more than in the half court. I really saw them running a lot of half court sets in that first quarter.
Another drive. Southfield Christian slicing the lane with success, having trouble finishing those layups. Evans drives baseline, right-handed runner won't go.
It was a gorgeous move from McEvans. Kind of faked his body to the right and then turned back to his left, got past Hunter, just unable to finish a tough bounce there.
Kick out to the corner for the three-point try, won't go. Joey Whitted looked like he's trying to get away with it. Not a lot of contact there, but they call him for the foul.
And he did appear to be behind the three-point line. So a tough one there at this point if you're the Warriors, just trying to claw your way back in point by point. You're down 15, 4:43 remaining in the half. This won't help you here, but.
Dejan Humphrey. At the line shooting three, makes the first. Dejan Humphrey, another one of those top 30 players in Oakland County, at least according to the Oakland Press, for Southfield Christian. Just loaded with talent.
And Humphrey, just a sophomore. A lot of potential the rest of that career at Southfield Christian for number 3 in blue.
13 Andre Floyd checks back in for the Warriors. He's on the floor. Terrell Humes, Cameron McEvans, Devin Baldwin. McEvans drives off the glass, won't go. Southfield Christian pushing it. Going way up in the air, Dejan Humphrey. Southfield A&T trying to draw the charge. They get called for the blocking foul. Humphrey way up. Makes the first.
All of these Eagles, good free throw shooters. You'll have to limit those opportunities at the stripe if you want to have any opportunity to come back in this game on the Warriors side. You have to get out in front of them on that transition side. You can't be coming down from the back and getting called for fouls. And now again, you're going up against the pressure here with Humes dribbling. Did a nice job of breaking it that time, and McEvans.
Handed runner for McEvans won't go.
McEvans taking a lot of tough bounces at the rim tonight. He's getting in tight. He's most of the time getting the looks that he would like to have, but the rim has not been kind, and that's just how it goes sometimes in this game.
The new young player in for Southfield A&T, number 10, Justice Akaburo. Terrell Humes handling. Sends it to Whitted in the corner. They'll move back out on top. Miscommunication. Another turnover for the Warriors.
Looks like McEvans just tried to pop off of that off-ball screen and got stuck on his man along with a blue jersey, and the pass was off the mark.
And for the first time for Southfield Christian, number 4, Noah Recker. Gets it to Hunter with the running left-hander. But an offensive foul called on Hunter. Second charge picked up here by A&T.
Caleb Hunter wearing that number 11 in blue. His father once wore that number 11 for the Chicago Bulls. Lindsey Hunter also wore a Pistons jersey at one time.
Cameron McEvans for 3 won't go. Bryce Washington not shy. He'll take the triple. He'll hit it. Beautiful look down low.
It was called a clean block on the part of Caleb Hunter.
Caleb Hunter recovers. Cameron McEvans was counting 2 in the books, but Caleb Hunter took it away. Knocked out of bounds by Southfield Christian. It's Warriors basketball. Justice Akaburo. Cameron McEvans looking, shaking, baking, driving, dishes. Terrell Humes gets his own board, puts it back up and in.
Nice second effort basket there.
Another 3 points for number 21, Bryce Washington. Lighting it up from downtown.
The lead continues to grow, and Bryce Washington just continues to get hotter and hotter. Wasn't what you envisioned for the first half if you're a Warrior player.
Southfield Christian. Defends, gets the board. Record pushes it up. Bryce Washington doesn't make that triple try. Comes Andre Floyd. He's double teamed. Just relentless half-court defense. Cross-court passes. Southfield Christian looking sharp. 3-point attempt. That was Elijah Hicks, no good. Evans on the board, pushes it, drives it, shoots it, scores it.
That time he got the roll to go. So many times tonight we've seen him just get the shaft at the rim. Back out the other way though, Beverly. A&T.
Beverly on the drive.
The A&T defense just looking lackadaisical in transition side of the defensive ball, or is Harlan Beverly just a bit too quick there, right at the rim, and more free throws coming for the Eagles now.
Beverly good on the first. Subs coming in for Southfield A&T. Number 3 is Jeremiah Reed. Number 4, DeMarco Coakley. A couple of youngsters. Southfield A&T has 1 senior on the squad this season.
At this point for the Warriors, just trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work, which lineups, who can play together. This is going to be a tough one to figure that out, but at this stage in the game, that's really what you're looking for. Another turnover here.
Picked off by Jonathan Sanders. He finds Beverly down low. He's defended by Reed. Double team.
And for Coach Avery at this point, down by this much, it'll be interesting to see who he thinks is bringing the most effort to the floor. Who will he leave out there and give the most opportunity in the second half?
Beverly good on his first free throw. Another new face for A&T, number 12, Devin Meeks. Beverly makes both. Southfield Christian putting on the full court press. A little too much pressure from Noah Recker. He picks up a foul. Jeremiah Reed handling. Southfield A&T in the bonus. Reed's going to the line, 1-1. Just under a minute to play here in the second quarter.
Last year, the Warriors had a similar tough matchup, tough final score on their home opener. That was against Hazel Park. They lost that one 76-57. Ended up going 3-3 at home last year, 5-2 on the road. They only have 5 home games this year and 9 on the road.
Rough start for A&T last year, but they had some stretches of brilliance, highlighted by a 5-game winning streak that included victories over these Eagles of Southfield Christian.
That was just a thrilling matchup last year, a 79-77 victory for the Warriors. That game was played at Southfield Christian.
Also in that 5-game winning streak, they were able to hand Clarkston their only loss of the season.
You could argue that the Warriors came close to beating Clarkston twice. That first matchup on their home floor was definitely quite a thriller. But again, going back to the players that A&T is missing, knowing that Southfield Christian game, the game-winning shot came from a player who's no longer here. He's now playing in a Western Michigan uniform, Michael Flowers. You had Brandon Rucker, you had Remy Torbert.
A lot of offense graduated from the Warriors squad last year. Humphrey makes both, extending that Southfield Christian lead. Another turnover caused by the press. A&T gets it right back. Jeremiah Reed on the steal, and Noah Recker can't believe they called him for a second foul.
An incredulous look on the face of Noah Recker there.
Might have had a case. There was a little bit of pushing both ways. Foul goes for the Warriors. Jeremiah Reed back at the line. Now the new face in the game for A&T is number 15, Donovan Lay. Jeremiah Reed smooth at the free throw line. Good on the second. Elijah Hicks boards it, brings it up for Southfield Christian. Christian setting up for one last shot. Humphrey hands to Recker. He gets to Harlan Beverly, drives, scoops, won't go. That's the end of the first half. Southfield Christian all over Southfield A&T with work like that down low. A&T working hard, not giving up, but their shots are not finding the hole often enough. A lot of good efforts from Terrell Humes. Cameron McEvans keeps shooting, gets one to go. Halftime here of the game of the week. We'll be right back.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
All right, second half on tap here at Southfield A&T, the home of the Warriors. Season opener against the Eagles of Southfield Christian. Battle for the city of Southfield. Southfield Christian baseline drive, good by number 21, Bryce Washington.
An excellent cut there right along the baseline to kick off this second half from Washington, just increasing what already feels like an insurmountable lead.
Great look down low. Devin Baldwin on the pass. Brandon Baldwin on the offensive glass. He'll pick up two. Caleb Hunter, left hand, gets the roll.
Excellent drive there from Caleb Hunter, and it appears as though right off the bat that they are keeping up that pressure.
Near steal by Caleb Hunter. Kind of lulled the Warriors, thinking it was going a little passive, and then they turn on the D. Cameron McEvans gets it to Devin Baldwin. Turnover. Bryce Washington picks it up.
Interesting sequence there. It looks like Humes was able to get Washington in there, but he didn't take the drive, and Washington just kind of landed right in the path of Humes and ended up coming away with the steal.
Warriors reached in, tipped it off of Washington, so it's Southfield A&T basketball. Early third quarter action.
Washington so long and active, the 6'4" senior. Sealing off the baseline once more.
Looking hard down low. Baldwin brothers. Shot would not go for Brandon Baldwin, but Warriors get the ball back.
Definitely had the height advantage there, but it'll be shots like that that you'll have to get to fall eventually down the road in this year. You need production from all five guys on the floor, offensively and defensively.
Terrell Humes skying on the offensive glass, able to tip it off Southfield Christian.
A couple of big bodies down low, Fergan and Baldwin really going at it in that far block. There is the feed.
McEvans gets it to Baldwin. Shot is blocked by Jacob Fergan.
Fergan thought he won that matchup with a block, but called for a foul. He kept his arm straight up. Interesting call there.
Tough for the defender not to get that call if there's any contact. He got a lot of the basketball, but usually gonna call that one on the defender. Second free throw, no good. Nearly tipped out by Devin Baldwin. Southfield Christian launches a three. That's short. Long board picked up by number 3, Dejan Humphrey.
Quick shot there from Hunter, bailed out by Humphrey, but back at the other end, came away with a strip. Nice defensive play in transition, but quick shot there from Humphrey, bailed out by a long rebound, and then Humphrey unable to finish at the hoop.
Might have been able to make a case that he got bumped on that shot. Inbounds pass. Kept under control by Devin Baldwin. Terrell Humes kicks it back out to Baldwin. Thinking about the three. Humes drives baseline, reverse layup, scores it for the Warriors.
Nice job of attacking there from Humes. Appeared as though there was a few times in that sequence that he was looking for an opening and decided to pass it out and found the reverse lay-in.
The left-handed drive by Hunter, no good.
Just harassing defense there.
Boarded by Chris Gary, got it swiped. Gets another board, sends it up to McEvans, left side.
It's been that kind of night.
Scoop a loop would not go for McEvans.
It has been that kind of night for the Warriors and continues there midway through this third quarter.
Southfield Christian harassing every shot and every pass. A&T has not had a good shooting night, though. They've had some open looks that just have not gone down. This score could be a lot closer than it is. Southfield A&T calls timeout. Hey fans, you can follow Cable 15 Sports on Twitter to find out when the next game will be covered, the time that all the games will air, the scores, and the highlights. Hashtag Cable 15 Sports on Twitter. Since you're already on Twitter, check out Cable 15 Sports Instagram page to see photos of the game. Cable 15 Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Coach Mike Avery looking to give his young squad a rebuilding year here at Southfield A&T a breather. Mentioned before, the Oakland Press has rated 4 of Southfield Christian's players in the top 30 in all of Oakland County.
Yep, you have Bryce Washington, Harlan Beverly, Dejan Humphrey, Caleb Hunter. All those guys super talented, and there's other players too that can definitely help out. We've seen a nice impact on the floor tonight from Jacob Fergan and other guys, John Sanders. And that is why they have a 48-24 lead here.
Highly touted, highly rated. A lot of their players getting looks from major programs. Nice pass to cutting Chris Gary. His shot blocked from behind by Bryce Washington. A&T keeps possession. Again, Southfield Christian not giving anything easy to Southfield A&T. Cameron McEvans open for 3. He gets this one to go.
That'll be good for his confidence moving forward. No doubt about that.
Nice pick by Devin Baldwin. Hunter between the legs for Southfield Christian. Loves to drive. Drops it to Bryce Washington. His triple try won't go. Chris Gary boarded for A&T. Scoop, drive, scores!
A beautiful ball fake there to get around the big man and up off the glass and in.
Chris Gary with the Euro step layup.
Little bit of momentum here for the Warriors, probably the most we've seen all night.
Nice transition for the Warriors. Southfield Christian calls timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in the Southfield community and you want to see how things get decided here, every other Monday night at 7 p.m., the Southfield City Council meeting comes on right after your Monday Game of the Week. See your government in action, hold them accountable. You can see it all right here on Cable 15. Nice little mini run for the Warriors. Chips into that lead. Southfield Christian head coach Josh Baker looking to put a quick end to it. Bryce Washington on the drive. Tries to hand it off. Tipped out of bounds by the Warriors. Another steal by Chris Gary. Another drive, another shot, scoop. Oh, won't go for Gary.
One of the few mistakes we've seen all night from Southfield Christian. Just a toss away there on the baseline and an easy takeaway for Southfield A&T to get them out in transition there, Chris Gary.
His body control to get a shot off. Almost got the roll. Makes the first free throw. Chris Gary, one of the 3 sophomores on Southfield A&T.
Very young team, plenty of sophomores, plenty of juniors, and as you mentioned earlier, just 1 senior.
Harlan Beverly pulls the trigger from triple land, won't go. Brandon Baldwin boards it. Hands off to Chris Gary. Cameron McEvans right side. Had his pocket picked by Harlan Beverly all the way to the hole. Rolls it up and in, and he's fouled.
Plenty of length, plenty of athleticism for the guys in blue, and once again it's on display here in the replay.
That's why he's the second-rated player in Oakland County.
It'll be interesting to see if the starters play the 4th quarter for Southfield Christian. Do you keep those guys out there? They're right back at it on Saturday against Pershing. A tough competition that'll be, and part of the Horatio Williams Classic. That'll be played at Cass Tech for Southfield Christian.
Free throw's no good for Beverly. Southfield A&T breaks the press. Another drive by Chris Gary. That time got rejected. Southfield A&T basketball. Just under 3 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Warriors showing some signs of life. Better job breaking the press, working it down low. Brandon Baldwin's shot too long.
Last year, that interior scoring really came from Brandon Rucker on the inside. You got to find a way to make that up, and it's not happening tonight thus far.
Harlan Beverly fouled on the drive by number 5, Cameron McEvans. Not a lot of contact, but enough to get a call.
Harlan Beverly dribbling here. Whenever you play this guy that tight, you have to be afraid of him just going right by you. They'll set a high screen there.
Long 3-pointer, no good. Good position by Brandon Baldwin. Picks up the rebound off the bounce. Sends it to his brother Devin. No basket. Traveling violation. Great look from number 30, Brandon Baldwin, to push it up. Tough call there. Slicing, No good on the shot by Harlan Beverly. Chris Gary did not have good numbers on that drive. Triple team results in a turnover.
And turnover there, and I guess if you look for positives on the Southfield A&T side tonight, it's been their effort to get out in transition. Again, we saw a turnover there, but when they do have the numbers, it's been at times successful, and if you can do that more often moving forward and find a way to finish, that'll definitely be helpful.
Blocking foul called there on number 3, Dejan Humphrey, while he was trying to set a pick on offense. Southfield Christian back to that full court press. Cameron McEvans sends it to Devin, sends it to Brandon for 2. Brandon Baldwin. Triple try from the corner, won't go. Bryce Washington there on the offensive glass. Tip, no. Long board comes out to Caleb Hunter. He'll take another triple, no good. Brandon Baldwin comes up with the rebound, and he's fouled. Southfield A&T maintaining their composure. Getting this game back to respectability, playing hard. Southfield Christian just more of the same. Chris Gary on another drive, slicing and dicing, blocked out of bounds.
And you said it, Matt, getting this game back to respectability. A nice drive and effort there from Gary, looking for a foul, and he could have gotten one, but it ended up going back the other way.
He ended up out of bounds. Ball hit him out of bounds, so goes over to Southfield Christian. A&T in a zone. Kick out to Hunter. He'll drive, scoop. Off the glass, no. Another rebound for Brandon Baldwin. Pressure from Southfield Christian. A&T breaks it. Cameron McEvans, no. Southfield Christian the other way. Harlan Beverly with the finger roll. There's the left hand on the right side. Picks up a foul.
The interior defense has certainly struggled for A&T tonight. Once again, the Eagles back at the free throw line because of that very fact.
Beverly makes the first with Beverly, Bryce Washington, Dejan Humphrey, the slashers from Southfield Christian. They're going to give a lot of teams fits this year. A&T able to break the press. Cameron McEvans looking for Chris Gary. It's tipped out of bounds by Christian. Southfield Christian now man-to-man D. McEvans behind the back. Twirls, shoots just off the rim at the buzzer, won't go. What a good quarter for Southfield A&T. Bringing it back, but Southfield Christian just long and lean. A lot of good passes by Southfield A&T to get this game a little closer. Beautiful baseline drive by Terrell Humes. Young Chris Gary getting in on the action. Southfield Christian maintaining the big lead. We'll be back for the fourth quarter.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. Picking a college, man. You and us. Go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the fourth quarter of our Game of the Week matchup, the battle for Southfield. A&T Warriors start off with the ball in the fourth quarter. Jumper by Devin Baldwin just short. Caleb Hunter on the drive. Kicks off. Short jumper is good. Number 21, Bryce Washington, making it from all over the floor.
These two teams matched up in volleyball earlier in the volleyball season, and the Eagles took that matchup. Can the Eagles move to 2-0 against A&T thus far in the sports calendar year?
Jumper by Devin Baldwin, bounces off. Beautiful look underneath from Beverly to Bryce Washington. Head coach Mike Avery wants a timeout to regroup here early in the fourth quarter. Hey fans, you can follow Cable 15 Sports on Twitter to find out when the next game will be covered, the time the game will air, the scores, the highlights, they're all there. Hashtag Cable 15 Sports. Since you're already on Twitter, check out Cable 15 Sports Instagram page to see photos of the game. Twitter, Instagram, two more great ways to see the Game of the Week. Well, coming out of the break between quarters, Southfield Christian loaded for bear. Southfield A&T. Just a cold shooting night for the Warriors. They have had quite a few open looks that just haven't gone down.
And on the other side for Southfield Christian, it's been quite the opposite, finding the lanes, the driving lanes, and hitting shots from the outside. It's been all flowing. A nice opener here to boost the confidence heading into that matchup on Saturday versus Pershing for Southfield Christian.
Southfield Christian, just a nightmare of a matchup for any team defensively. You pack it into a zone, they'll make the three-pointers. Go man-to-man, they'll slash it down and jam it. Cameron McEvans slashes, gets up the left-handed layup, won't go.
For A&T next week, it'll be River Rouge a week from today, next Tuesday.
Number 30, Brandon Baldwin, working hard on the glass, gets it to go off of Christian. Cameron McEvans takes the triple, won't go, just in and out. Harlan Beverly pushes it, sends it to Bryce Washington, gets his own board and puts it up and in.
Nice job of getting in behind the defense from Bryce Washington.
Cameron McEvans, nice look inside. Short jumper won't go from Brandon Baldwin. Pushing it up, two for number 20, Jacob Fergan. Good cut to the basket, and they found him. Another nice look underneath. Devin Baldwin to Brandon Baldwin for two. Back to Fergan for another short jumper and two more for Southfield Christian.
The Eagles have eclipsed the 60-point mark. This is the type of scoring they'll definitely have to do if they want to pull off a win against Pershing next time out.
Andre Floyd driving up the left side for Southfield A&T. Looked like there might have been contact there. Referee called it out of bounds. Caleb Hunter sends it to Harlan Beverly. Big names for Southfield Christian showing up here. Nearly stolen by Cameron McEvans. Beverly gets it back, running left-hander, won't go. Pass up the floor to McEvans, tipped out by Harlan Beverly. Hicks sends it to Washington. He'll drive. Whistle before the shot. Southfield Christian calls a timeout before Bryce Washington had a chance to score that. They're up big with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now watch Cable 15 anywhere you have internet access. Just go to the City of Southfield's website, click on Cable 15, and hit the Cable 15 Live tab. You can watch Cable 15 Live on your mobile device, your tablet, or your computer. It's all on Cable 15 Live. Once again, the Southfield Christian Eagles, one of the highest rated teams in the state of Michigan, certainly in all of Oakland County. Other teams to look for this year in Oakland County: Clarkston, always strong. They've got 3 of the top 30 players on their squad. Novi has 4 players in the top 30. And West Bloomfield also with 3 of the top 30 players going into the season here for 2017-18. Southfield A&T showing some signs of life here in the second half. They've really had some pretty good ball movement throughout the game. Just a cold shooting night. And Southfield Christian pouring it on at both ends. Slice into the hole, Bryce Washington. Off the mark on the shot, but there's Harlan Beverly to clean it up.
They seem to be in the right place at the right time all night long. Nice job to keep the ball alive there.
Triple try from the corner is good by number 15. Elijah Hicks gets in on the action. Christian back quickly on defense. A&T slicing to the hole. Shot won't go for Terrell Humes. He picks up a foul, however, on number 20, Jacob Fergan. Felt the pressure, knew he was going to get a foul. Got the shot off, so went in.
One of the interesting parts about this matchup for me, I'm always interested in, how a coach will respond to either a blowout or a huge win. Will the coach tell his team to forget about this if you're on the A&T side, or if you're on the Southfield Christian side? Do you forget about this and move forward, or is this something, that you learn from and you try to keep in the back of your mind moving forward? Tough not to, try to forget this one if you're on the A&T side, but you want to find out what you did wrong and then try to improve on that moving forward.
I'm sure Coach Avery will tell him, make your open shots. Nice slice and drive by number 3, Dejan Humphrey. Everywhere a double team by Southfield Christian. Beverly with
what a pass.
Board. Beautiful pass to number 21, Bryce Washington.
Threading the needle.
In and out feed, boarded, shot up, no, tip, yes! Hard work for number 11, Joey Whitted. Timeout in the action. 3:29 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Great look at the big crowd here tonight at Southfield A&T, the home of the Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find all the great programs from Southfield Multimedia Services on our YouTube channel. Just search Southfield Multimedia Services and you can watch episodes of Cable 15 News, Business Matters, The Author's Den, and of course all the great games of the week They're all there archived on our YouTube channel, Southfield Multimedia Services.
Up to a 31-point advantage now for Southfield Christian. I said back in the third quarter that it'd be interesting to see if the starters will continue to play in the fourth, and it has been the majority of those same starters out on the floor and continuing to make a prominent impact on the floor.
Coach Josh Baker probably wanting to get his starters used to playing hard, playing full game, and they know they've got a big matchup coming up this Saturday against Pershing. Southfield A&T going man-to-man full court now. Caleb Hunter drives. Bryce Washington.
Hunter just went right by the full court pressure, unable to stop him was McEvans, and he saw what he wanted and took what he wanted. Missed a layup, but his man was right there for the second chance opportunity.
Working hard down low, Devin Baldwin got his man up in the air, drew a foul.
Nice move on the block there against the smaller Beverly. Able to draw the contact. If he can continue to do that and become a staple on the block, maybe become an offensive outlet for this team, they can feed him and rely on him to get to the line. That could definitely be a source of motivation moving forward for the Southfield A&T Warriors.
Devin and Brandon Baldwin for Southfield A&T, both juniors.
A couple of newcomers and a couple of new starters, like many of these other players this year for the Warriors.
Like we mentioned, just 2 returning players for A&T with varsity experience from last year. Back in the game, number 4, DeMarco Coakley. Also back in number 12, Devin Meeks. Devin Baldwin good from the free throw line. If we're able to get the ball in to Caleb Hunter.
It's Will Harhan on the floor now for the Eagles, number 35 in white. Haven't seen much of him tonight.
Nice block on Hunter by number 12, Devin Meeks. Cameron McEvans launches a 3 and gets 3.
It's a beautiful shot. The rotation, the form, and just a crisp. It was like a rainbow dropping down to that net. Nothing but net.
Bryce Washington all the way on the left side. Can't get the roll. Does pick up a foul. Meeks leaning on him. Gets the foul call. Meeks a junior for Southfield A&T. Noah Recker back in for Southfield Christian. Triple try on the way. Triple try in for number 15, Elijah Hicks. One extra step by Jeremiah Reed, calling for the travel by the referee.
Just a little bit over anxious there off the dribble. Tough, just trying to get some points up here, maybe try to get this under 30 points. The deficit is currently at 31.
Southfield Christian reaching deeper into their bench. This is 22, Zach Johnson.
Now we are starting to see these reserves coming in and getting some valuable minutes. You never know who you're going to have to play in what situation throughout this long season. Such a grueling year, and it's a nice start to get some fresh legs in there and get your guys a rest and then head back to practice the next day.
Also in for the Eagles now, number 2, Jared Taylor. Ball tipped away, stolen. Other way, number 4 for Southfield A&T, DeMarco Coakley makes the layup. Lost the handle, another turnover to A&T. Driving, scooping, can't get the shot, but draws the foul on number 22, Zach Johnson.
Just a little bit of sloppy play here from the Eagles with under a minute to play, and the Warriors taking advantage of it, getting out on the break there and behind the defense was Jeremiah Reed.
Reed makes the first. We're under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Well, both these coaches have a lot of game film to look at. Be a more fun film session for Southfield Christian than Southfield A&T this time around. Reed makes both. Now in for Southfield Christian, number 2, Jared Taylor. Number 23, Carter Adams. Adams hands off to Zach Johnson. He drives. Blocking foul called on number 15, Donovan Lay. Now in the game for the Warriors. Not set on that position. Blocking call. Johnson shooting 2 for the Eagles.
A couple of juniors, Adams and Johnson, finding each other.
Johnson going with the Kyrie Irving mask. Must have had some injury to his face or nose. Gets both free throws. Number 11, Joey Whitted, brings it up for A&T. Shake and bake. He passes it to Meeks, drives right, kisses it off the glass, good for 2, and he'll go to the line and 1. His body control for Devin Meeks.
Well, the effort has not stopped here in the final minute. A couple of free throw line trips off the mark there, but it appears as though A&T will regain possession.
Donovan Lay working the offensive glass. Bounces it off of Southfield Christian. Tough drive for Joey Whitted.
It was a nifty little handle there, but just drove right into a wall of 2 defenders there, unable to break through that wall.
Southfield Christian caught the ball out of bounds, so it's A&T basketball. 19 seconds to go here. Traveling violation, another turnover for the Warriors. Southfield Christian defense may have been the biggest story here tonight, frustrating the Warriors up and down the floor. Southfield Christian was calling for number 14, Richard Perry, to take the shot. Instead, it's a turnover. A&T will get the last shot of the game. Long three-pointer attempt, no good, and that's going to be our final score. The Southfield Christian Eagles come into the home of the Warriors and walk away with a big victory tonight over Southfield A&T. Some of your top performers tonight for Southfield Christian, no surprise there. Their big 4, Beverly, Humphrey, Hicks, and Hunter. Southfield A&T was led by Terrell Humes and Mr. Cameron McEvans. Baldwin brothers playing hard. But your player of the game, was there any doubt? Number 21 for Southfield Christian. Lighting it up from downtown, working hard down low. All over the boards, offensively and defensively. Bryce Washington lighting it up, 32 points, 11 boards. Had a couple of dimes to his teammates. Just an all-around fantastic game. 2 steals on top of that. And 4 blocked shots. Bryce Washington. Woo! All around, you're going to be seeing a lot of this young man throughout the basketball season. Your player of the game, Bryce Washington for Southfield Christian. Lots of offense both ways. These teams were built for speed, and they showed that tonight. The young Southfield A&T squad worked hard, but there was just too much Southfield Christian defense and too many big-time players on offense for the Eagles. For Cable 15, I'm Matt Hervella.
I'm Jason Ross Jr. Thank you for watching the Game of the Week